The goldfish myth that took down a science teacher. My 8-year-old daughter, Chloe, is obsessed with marine life. She practically lives at the local aquarium and has even trained her pet goldfish to swim through underwater hoops. She knows her stuff. So you can imagine her shock when her science teacher, Mrs. Gable, stood in front of the class and declared that goldfish have a 3-second memory. Chloe politely raised her hand, explaining that this is an old myth and that goldfish can actually remember things for months. Mrs. Gable did not like that. She snapped at Chloe, saying she had been teaching science for 24 years and that a third grader's little fish hobby didn't make her an expert. Then, Mrs. Gable gave her detention for arguing with the lesson plan. When Chloe came home crying, I was absolutely livid. I called the school, but Mrs. Gable completely brushed me off. She literally told me, I stick to the approved textbook, not fairy tales. Well, she picked the wrong family to mess with. My younger sister, Jenna, happens to be the lead aquatic behavioral specialist at the state aquarium. When I told her what happened, she was out for blood. As luck would have it, the school's annual career day was just 3 days away. Jenna arrived at Chloe's classroom carrying a massive interactive display tank, and she purposely brought the principal along with her. Mrs. Gable looked so smug, right up until Jenna started speaking. Jenna introduced herself as a senior marine biologist and explained how fish intelligence is vastly underestimated. Then, she dropped the hammer. She looked directly at Mrs. Gable and said, there is a ridiculous, outdated myth that goldfish only have a 3-second memory, which is scientifically impossible. Mrs. Gable's face turned bright, tomato red. Jenna then invited Chloe up to the front and let her show the entire class how to guide the fish through complex patterns using a target stick. The kids went absolutely wild. The principal immediately pulled Mrs. Gable into the hallway. The very next week, Mrs. Gable had to issue a formal apology to Chloe and finally update her 24-year-old lesson plans.